Well, hello my beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for June 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful that scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, you may notice I'm in a different location at this present moment in time. I've gone to visit family members over the next coming weeks, but I will be back in my usual space after that. I just thought I'd explain the location change there for you all. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for June. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. Time is really flying on by. Now, we've just had Saturn move into the sign of Aries, making us all sit up very straight, pay close attention to higher standards, and keep our eyes firmly on our personal prizes. Now, Saturn moving signs can give us all a pretty major wake-up call to remind us that our actions today shape our future to come. It reinforces discipline and questions our life philosophy and belief systems. Now, that can be pretty harsh energy, but luckily we have my favorite planet Jupiter muscling in on the action this month to really steal the glory by offering us all a great big cosmic hug. And let's face it, I think we all really need one of those right now. And this will deliver rewards for all of your hard work and focus. And it also offers a gateway of opportunity to better luck. Now, the planets change signs all the time, of course, but we've had some pretty major shifts recently. It's been hard to catch a break. And thank goodness for the beginning of June, taking the edge off before things intensify as we move into July there. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves and really bask in June's pause to appreciate all that we have right now. And of course, all that is yet to come. It really is a challenging time at this moment, and the pressure has been on, and you can lose sight sometimes of all that you've achieved so far, especially when you're in a flurry of activity to keep life moving forward to hit your next target. But June is a month where the more you acknowledge your personal accomplishments so far, it will reflect and amplify to send more into your life. Now, this is because we've officially moved into glorious Gemini season, the twins, mirroring and doubling down on the energy. So Jupiter will piggyback off that, as it were, and expand, all that positive energy to offer more. So when you step into your personal power and know that you deserve more, the universe will deliver more opportunities to you as well. Now, of course, we still have to focus on responsibilities, but this month reminds you to enjoy life's simpler pleasures, fun with your nearest and dearest, reset time in nature, nurturing good food, of course, and alone time to connect to your higher self. Now, Jupiter's greatest influence this month will be in your personal life as it nestles into the sign of Cancer, which is all about your home, your relationships, and of course your emotions. June is a 6th vibration month, and this is a vibration that guides us home to self. And I can see there that you have the Hermit energy. But also you have the High Priestess energy there as well. So this is a very soul-searching month for you, especially since your 11th house is influencing you there as well. So this is about you focusing on your own needs, prioritizing your health as well there, and also making sure that you manage stress levels. But you may be asking bigger questions like, where do you feel like you belong? Yep, you got your Queen of Swords there, so trying to work things out in your mind about, your plans and basically reinforcing structure and boundaries in your life. This is a period of asking who feels like home as well to you. Where is home for you? It doesn't always have to be, a place. It can be a person, it can be a situation, it can be an environment as well, but ultimately it can be who do you vibe with? And do you need to redefine boundaries? You'll be all up in your feelings as you endeavor to appreciate the present moment with the people that you actually care about the most, but also it encourages declarations to self on what you are not willing to accept anymore. And it reinforces using that word no as a full sentence. And that is a boundary of self-care. This is a softer month of heartfelt connections and a desire to create sacred space for important conversations. And you have that Queen of Swords there. So if there's anything that you really need to say to somebody, this is the month to do it. Diplomatically, of course, but you're speaking your truth, even if your voice shakes there. And we are currently in Gemini season, so there may be a little bit of an inner battle, especially because of your cards there too, because, there is this desire, because all the planets are in Cancerian energy, or they're shifting into that sign, that's about creating sacred space for self. But Gemini season asks your extroverted side to come out to play, and it takes great strides to shine. The prowess of your intellect demands to be heard and seen during this time, and you have that Queen of Swords, which is really exciting there, because I feel like you're going to be very persuasive this month and get whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. But also, your creativity comes to the fore. You're going to be questioning. You're going to be having great debates and looking at alternative opinions. The magical energy this month demands that you stay curious, explorative, and adventurous, and also open to the alternative path. June is considered a major personal comeback month as it removes stagnancy, awakens your imagination to run wild, and it really helps you stride towards many personal breakthroughs. It's a month to celebrate you and, of course, the unique spark of brilliance. And, the fiery energy of Mars is also in play because Virgo, it moves into that Virgo sign there, which will keep you focused on the minute details to serve your higher purpose. And you're definitely serving your higher purpose and your goals with precision and refinement this month. Now, you'll be super productive to make major improvements. And of course, we have that full moon in the sign of Sagittarius on the 11th. And let's just say that's going to be a little bit unpredictable. So you may encounter a major plot twist that keeps you on your toes. Your spontaneous side comes out to play. So you may even surprise yourself by suddenly, booking an impromptu event or vacation, or even launch, a sudden last minute project, for example. Now, the full moon is in a fire sign, of course, a fire element, Sagittarius, so we could see intermittent dips in personal energy, but also power outages and travel-related delays and glitches too. So if you have any travel plans, really check the details on that just to make sure that nothing went awry there. Also, I would say pay close attention from the 15th to the 19th of June, because Jupiter in Cancer clashes with Saturn and Neptune, okay? And this could ring in a disappointment or a letdown in some way. Could also make people a little bit cranky in around that time. But we do have that new moon on the 25th of June there, and it's also in Cancer. So, that will try to soothe the volatile situations to offer a better solution. Sometimes, something that we perceive as a problem actually is the universe trying to course correct us in some way to something even better than we thought. Because sometimes humans, we accept less than we truly deserve, and the universe does want better for us. So, it's worth paying attention to those dates. Now, in terms of global events, this combination of planetary alignments can see water-related events, clashes on the high seas, flooding, or volatile underwater activity that expands land masses. And I did mention this in my yearly forecast, and we're already seeing it all come to light there. The Ring of Fire is becoming more active, and unfortunately, there will be more seismic activity, which increases towards a climax. but it's all about the energy and how it affects all these elements that we have to deal with on our earthly plane. Now, of course, a couple of planets will be shifting, as I mentioned, into the sign of Cancer during Gemini season. So it will encourage people coming together to offer humanitarian aid or support in crisis. So we will see a softer side of humanity, more compassionate side. And, there'll also be conversations about detoxification, especially when it comes to additives in the food industry or even in the removal of harmful chemicals, which will enter the discussion for change, especially in the agricultural sector. Now, the Gemini-Sagittarius influence can even encourage global activism, a desire for change and freedom to reinforce transparency. We'll see more major exposés across the board, but there may be a conversation around the mismanagement of global funds. This will come to light. However, the question still remains, will we ever see change? I can tell you it's a very long road, but eventually it will lead to change. Now, the new technological breakthroughs will emerge in June, especially in and around the healthcare industry. And of course, this is very positive. And then we have the solstice at the end of the month, opening that wonderful gateway to personal growth and healing. Now, it really marks the return of positive light and hope within us all. There's a highly sensitive month ahead of us, but you will be listening to your heart and move forward with great purpose. And a lot of you are questioning that purpose at this time. I'm just going to rearrange your cards there. You're striving for independence, for, financial independence, but also maybe even some alone time to really focus on your projects this month. I mean, this is a big soul searching month for you because your 11th house is influencing you, and that's all about your hopes, your wishes. It's a strong time for manifestation skills as well. The 11th house is all about your friendships. Who's got your back? Being more discerning about the energy that you give out there. But it's also about your future. So this can make you feel a little bit anxious or restless because, when we spend time in our minds in the future or in the past, it has a different frequency and energy. Now, in the future, sometimes it can make us feel a bit anxious because we aspire to certain things that we feel like we haven't got right now, and it feels like a monumental task. But we just have to plant that seed, that idea, and the 11th house is going to amplify that and help you make your dreams come true because the 11th house delivers wishes on opportunities, and the universe will actually help you achieve these things. I mean, you have a star right there on that hermit energy, and it's outside the lantern. So a lot of you are thinking outside the box at this time. I mean, I can feel collectively that you're all pretty exhausted right now, that things have been challenging, and there is a need to withdraw. So some of you, this could be a big month where you have a getaway. The 11th house influences, either going on a spiritual retreat or taking some time out in nature, or even just, going away with friends or your nearest and dearest to convalesce or kick back and relax, let your hair down, but in a more peaceful kind of way. So you have a lot of peaceful cards here, which is all about balance, but you're going to be very cerebral this month, deep in thought about something. And a lot of you, I want you to be aware, the 9 of Pentacles is out there as well for you, and it has a star. So it feels a lot of you are deep in thought about independence, about freedom, of financially free from something. So it could be that you're looking at your acquisitions at this time, your repayment plans. If you have a mortgage, for example, you could be looking at pooling your resources to take down debt or take down a large chunk of that debt. I'm mentioning this because your 6th house takes over from your 11th house, and that's all about your daily routines. So what's really wonderful about you this month is your 11th house is all about, your ideas and your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your visualizations and manifestations for what you perceive your future to become. And your 6th house is the plan. It is the grounded root of those ideas and visions to make it become a reality. So you set things in motion with all your tasks and responsibilities to make sure that you're on top of things. So these 2 partnership houses are going to help you elevate, especially in terms of business or even social circles. If you're searching for your soul tribe right now, some of you may notice that your friendships have been changing, or the dynamics with people have been changing. You're outgrowing a lot of experiences at this time. And, this month, I feel you are stepping into higher vibes because you have 2 major withdrawal cards here. This is when you withdraw into self. deep in thought. You have the Hermit, which is a very homely card, so it can mean that you are spending a lot of time at home. But, when you move through the month, you will be more sociable and more active when it comes to either taking a vacation. So there could be a flurry of activity. You're being very strict with yourself with that Queen of Swords, being on top of your goals, being organized and structured there to make sure that you're on top of things. And I definitely see here that you are. What I'm seeing here as well, we have some really great opportunities coming in at the end of the month. You've got a Wheel of Fortune, and for some of you this could be financially related, but it could also be an opportunity that sees you be more financially free of something. And whether you're paying a bill or taking some sort of debt down, because your sixth house is paying close attention to repayment plans and, budgets and savings, it can indicate that you're feeling a little bit freer from something, and that something perhaps that you've been worrying about or felt very heavy is being released for you this month. The Hermit energy is creating that sacred space to focus on your wishes, but also to regroup your energy. And as I said, I feel you're deep in thought, maybe planning something. You're looking at your plans this month, the structure of that plan. And, the Hermit is an interesting card because the bear is representative of endurance. So you could be, locked onto an energy of either helping people, because there's two people here. Well, there's an Empress energy here as well. So this could be a coming together of friendships, or you are asked to host something, or you take responsibility for something in the month of June there. I feel a lot of you, this could be responsibilities in the home space with your family there, and there could be a little bit of conflict in and around the middle of the month, that clashing energy. I hate to give that, but you do have a Ten of Pentacles that initially is in the resistance position there, which can indicate a little bit of a challenge in the family dynamic. This could be a really minor kind of conflict there, because the Three of Wands indicates you get over it. It's not something that you will wallow in, but the energy, as I said, from the 15th to the 19th of June is kind of enhancing this crankiness within humanity. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. But the Hermit can indicate that you're withdrawing without any distractions because there's something that you need to do. So it can be that you are limiting those distractions, paying close attention to what drains your energy, whether it's a person, an environment, a food substance. I feel a lot of you are deep in thought about making some major lifestyle changes this month. And the Hermit energy indicates that, a lot of you will conduct life from home, or you'll spend a lot of time from home. So it could be that you're saving for a vacation, so you're not going out and being as social as usual. Or it could be that you're trying to get a large purchase because I feel like you're pooling all your resources. It really feels like you're on the way towards something or completing something, because your end cards are the Nine of Pentacles, but in the resistance position we have the 10. It will go into the upright eventually there. Okay, that's the nature of the spread. So it indicates you're very close to reaching a financial goal, or you're well on your way to completing a project. And a lot of you, because there's so many home cards here, you could do some DIY in the home space. Some of that money could be pooled and used to either refurbish your home or do some DIY, or even some of you are decluttering and selling pre-loved goods in order to increase your finances. But I definitely see a lot of you are locked on to your finances, keeping an eye, being very savvy with those financial goals there, protecting what you have, created already for yourself. But the Empress indicates, how do I expand on it? How do I create more? So I feel a lot of you could have lots of money-making ideas this month that you may launch if you're already an independent worker. To have the Queen of Swords can indicate that you're someone who is self-sufficient. You are someone who either runs your own business, or you're very creative and you could be your own boss. Could be something that you're aspiring to do or launching this month. For some of you, I'm actually seeing in the water a fountain pen. Okay, very beautiful fountain pen calligraphy. That's what I'm seeing there. So either you may purchase some new kind of stationery tools, maybe even a fountain pen, or this can be symbolic that you're journaling this month, you're deep in thought about your life path, or it can be that, you're writing a plan or structuring a plan or writing a book or a screenplay, or, writing down your feelings about something, expressing yourself in some way. Some of you, there is this energy of, if you're going to have this minor clash there, I'm being given this energy, you know, the pen is mightier than the sword, okay? So I feel some of you could document something or keep your eye on something. You could be quietly watching something or being really diligent, you know, paying close attention to something and documenting it and keeping it until the moment is right. For example, this could be in a working environment. This could be in your family, for example. It could also be that you're just taking accountability for your life and stepping up and launching yourself with power into a project. But it says here, perceptive, clear-mindedness, and complexity. Now, of course, you do have a very complex mind, so it could be that you're sorting through any intrusive thoughts at this time, especially when you're alone. You know, the 11th house can make us all feel very kind of disconnected in a certain way where we withdraw. The 11th and 12th houses are kind of withdrawal houses. But I feel, you know, there will be a little bit more of a sociable aspect of that from the middle of the month as you start to move from the 11th into the 6th house there. So some of you receiving invitations or, as I said, being more discerning about your social circles or the events you connect to. Because, you know, the Queen of Swords does not get involved in everything. This is a period of discernment, a detachment energy. So some of you also may be looking at networking for business because this is a very business-minded sort of energy to be in. But it can be that some of you are withdrawing to regroup your energy because you've been feeling a little bit disassociated or a little bit like on autopilot recently, and you're trying to rediscover that spark with that King of Wands energy. I'm applying these cards to self. You know, these can be aspects of self. So this is really like leading with passion after a period of feeling a little bit like off kilter or just that you've been doing life. And when you are just doing life, sometimes you don't have time for anything else. So I feel June is a month where you're leading with passion, you're very creative, and you're on top of your projects there. But this could also be that you're seeing the bigger picture. You're withdrawing in order to get life in order, as it were. And it says here, bigger picture, overcoming challenges, and being a leader. As I mentioned earlier, I feel like you're taking accountability and responsibility for your life. And, you know, there is peace there. It's like you're protecting your inner peace. You may be withdrawing to focus on a passion project. For some of you, if you've just got married, for example, congratulations if that's you. I see here that it could be you and your person having a honeymoon, okay, and really kind of like growing together. For some of you, if you're on a honeymoon or even if you're in a high-level commitment with your partner, there is a potential here to get pregnant. So if you're not ready for that at this time, take precautions. But I feel some of you could have a discussion about, you know, the trajectory of your relationship, about family, you know, settling down, planning, because the Queen of Swords can be a planning card. So it could be a very important conversation, an intimate conversation between you and a partner about raising a child or adopting a child, for example, if you are taking that route instead there. But I do see here pregnancy. Some of you will actually hear of friends who may get pregnant in around this time, or there's some sort of family baby news at this time there as well. So it could be a new addition to your home life or to your family lineage, your family tree in the month of June. But, you know, there is an energy here of two people withdrawing. So it could be you and a sibling, or you and a friend, or you or a family member, you know, going off on a trip somewhere, or just meeting up and discussing old times there as well. Because I'm just getting this energy of the nature of relationships. And of course, Gemini season will ask you to focus on relationships. But because we have the Hermit there, for some of you, if you have separated from a partner, if you have been going through a divorce, because there is a Ten of Pentacles there. Firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. I do see that you could be talking to someone new. And although you may be a little bit hesitant to get into a relationship with this person, I feel, I see a discovery of, you know, both of you having very deep feelings for each other, falling in love with each other there. But I feel there is this retainment, as it were, of independence. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune indicates you're destined to meet this person. There's two people here, and the love between you starts to grow. But you may be really kind of like dissecting, where is this going this month? Because there is this very slow energy with that Ten of Pentacles. I mean, I feel like you could eventually marry this person if you're looking to follow that route, of course. But I do see here you and your person, many intimate moments together alone. It's almost like it's you and this person against the world. The world kind of fades away when you're in each other's company. And this is where you just know that you're destined to be together. Queen of Cups, you're ready to fall in love. You know, this is a card where you're discovering actually there are emotions in this relationship, okay? So, I want to also have a look at this because I'm also getting this energy of withdrawing from a certain person that perhaps you've noticed recently that has been a bit passive-aggressive. Okay, that's what's coming through there. You reinforcing a boundary like that by stepping away, because I see a withdrawal energy with that Hermit. I feel this gives this person something to think about. Nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands. You may be contemplating a shift in a friendship or a relationship at this time where you're stepping away. Nine of Swords can indicate it worries you or upsets you, or, you know, you feel anguish over this, but the Ten of Wands indicates you need to do this in order to protect your inner peace. A lot of you, this is a very cathartic month as well, because you have so many sort of spiritual cerebral cards. You're connecting to your higher self, and this leads to bigger questions. And what's really interesting, you have the Hermit there and you have the High Priestess, and people who vibe higher, because this is a high vibration month for you, they end up isolating for periods of time because they're, you know, downloading a lot more information, or you know, they need to really protect and preserve their energy. It requires that self-preservation there because you're going through some major personal breakthroughs, and, you know, often these periods need to be done alone. So it could be that you need to withdraw from people or experiences or events this month because you feel there's something you need to do for you. Now, you're not being forced to do this. I feel a lot of you are doing it naturally, but, you know, you could be feeling a little bit guilty or regret or something like that. It feels like with that Ten of Pentacles there, you know, it could be that you want to spend time with family members or somebody, but ultimately there's also something you need to do. And if you don't step away and honor that time, that independent time, then of course you'll never get what you want to do done. So it could be that you need to do a project or something, and you have to find that balance, that sweet spot between, you know, honoring your own needs, but at the same time integrating with family members and friends, because of course living in the present moment and creating memories with the people that you care about the most is so important. And of course Gemini energy this season will reinforce that there as well. Now, the Nine of Swords can indicate some level of anxiety, okay, and the Ten of Wands indicates exhaustion. So this could be you coming to the end of a project, or, you know, you're ending a cycle of something, a big ending there, and it's caused you worry. Ten of Wands can indicate as well that, you know, something is coming to an end. I mean, for example, if you've just left a job or you were made redundant before you came to this reading, it can be that it's caused you a lot of anxiety. But I do see here that a lot of you start thinking about independent opportunities, launching something that you've always wanted to do, like a passion project there. And this is something that actually will be very successful. And in your time that you have, because I feel for some of you, the universe has given you this time. It feels very uncomfortable, but the universe has given you this time to reflect on your ideas with that Queen of Swords. You have a very shrewd mind, and, you know, these ideas can be launched into a passion project. You know, those pillars are very strong there. You are a pillar of strength, and you have like information from beyond the veil there that can see you earn money independently. Some of you may even utilize the internet there because the Queen of Swords is connected to the ether. So this can be like, you know, you partnering up with a service provider or a social media platform, for example, that can help you with your idea, get your message out there, and you could actually build wealth that way. So some of you will have these independent ideas, and I feel like they will really flourish, okay? This is where you come into your own. It's like you become a boss. But also, some of you, I want you to be aware, there's also an opportunity coming in for something stable. So, you know, you could be squirreling away working on a project of your own, but also, you know, something else comes up to reinforce the wealth bracket. And I feel, you know, you will step into a new role. I feel there is opportunities coming in that you're not even aware of. In fact, I see 2 coming in there. It's almost like 2.5, and I'm not sure how a half can come in there. So it could be something that either you interview for and immediately you turn it down and you're like, nope, that's not for me. So maybe that's the half, I'm not sure. But I'm seeing that there. So I do feel in divine timing, there is an opportunity that will staircase your finances, because that 10 of Pentacles will move into the upright. A lot of you, you know, if you do something independent and creative, you are building generational wealth, okay? Even if you are working for a company, I feel a lot of you are working towards that right now as well. And you may even seek advice on some sort of structure financially this month, because your 6th house is all about daily routines and schedules. And, you know, sometimes this house can feel a little bit dull and boring, like nothing's really happening, because you're focusing on your responsibilities and you're being really shrewd. You're being very organized there. But this house is really important because it keeps life running smoothly. So it helps you kind of like creative platform or foundation for stability, so then you can go off and play or be more sociable or connect to things that bring you intense joy there as well. Now, of course, we have the Empress energy, and it's in the resistance position at first. So a lot of you, there's this idea or something that is sitting on your shoulders or is in your mind constantly. It's a talent that you've got that you haven't really explored yet. This is a month to definitely do that. For some of you, because this is a parental type figure, this could be, you know, responsibility to help a parent out this month as well. And I feel it brings people together. For some of you, this could be an event to celebrate, because we have the Wheel of Fortune energy. So this can indicate a really positive kind of gathering with people. It was destined to happen. It's either a celebration, or it feels very much like time in nature. So 9 of Pentacles can be like a barbecue, or it can be like everyone sitting down in the garden if you're lucky enough to have that. Or it can be that, you know, you're spending time outside of the home at the end of the month there, getting out into nature or going to events, for example. And it can include your family, because you have a parental type figure there, but also the 10 of Pentacles. And if your parent or guardian figure is in spirit, for example, because you have very spiritual cards here, you're going to get lots of signs this month of their presence. I mean, they're always around you, but you're going to get like physical, tangible kind of signs. Even if you think of a sign like, please send me a sign of this, you're going to actually get that pretty much immediately to let you know that they are with you and guiding you and sending you better luck. If you've been going through some challenges recently, I definitely see here that the tide is turning for you, especially financially, is what I'm seeing there as well. Now, a lot of you with these cerebral cards are thinking about your focus, your sense of purpose at this time. So I feel like there's going to be some lucky breaks coming your way, but also you're locked on to, you know, focusing on your legacy. This is a maturity card, so it can indicate that, you know, a lot of you have been connected to your responsibilities, and the mid-month you actually want to go out there and have fun, be more sociable. But if you've been neglecting your own needs, this is a period where you focus on beauty routines, self-care, reinforcing, you know, healthy boundaries and protecting your inner peace. I really feel like you're having a glow up there, and I feel that a lot of you, this is about discovering a new product, or can be a new cream or lotion. Some of you may change the color of your hair, or you know, transform a look or style. And of course, my readings are not about aesthetics, but I feel this is about how you feel about you this month, because of those cerebral cards where you're deep in thought about your projects and your strategy on something, but it's also making you think about time and about yourself and, you know, your looks and how you feel about you, body, mind, and soul. I mean, your 6th house can encourage you to focus more on health during this time. You know, restart a diet or an exercise plan, or be more active, or pay attention to sleeping patterns, especially since you got that 9 of Swords there. I feel like you will have better sleep in the month of June there as well. Now, we do have a 10 of Pentacles. It will be in the resistance position at first, so some of you may actually give out some money regarding your home space. So this could be a new luxury purchase, for example, or it could be that you're, you know, taking down a repayment plan, mortgage, for example, or even, you know, a long-term phone plan, or I mean, I'm not seeing cars there, but, you know, it could also be a car repayment plan as well. ultimately, there's a lot of things going on in the home space this month, as I mentioned, DIY, restructuring, refurbishment energy, but also this Ten of Pentacles is about attracting more wealth. So it will go into the upright there, but I feel this is more about family, it's about friends, it's about people you really invest your energy with. And it says here legacy, inheritance, and culmination. So firstly, if you are someone who has been going through a very challenging time in grief, perhaps you've been dealing with inheritance, and the last thing that you really want to think about is that you'd rather have the person, of course. I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. It can be a very challenging time where you're having to influence a situation, or you're almost in shock or on autopilot there, and you're having to be organized and structured, but actually your emotions keep popping in there as well, and it's put you deep in thought about life, about your path. I feel if there's any kind of challenge over inheritance, I feel with that Nine of Pentacles there that you are going to be taken care of in this inheritance energy, but it may take some time for it to be released, because you have the Ten of Pentacles there and the Three of Wands, which means, it will take some time. And that is often because of the process. But I feel the person who's dealing with this, there may be a vacation. This person who's dealing with it, they may go on a vacation during the process. So it may delay it a little bit more. I hate to give that message there, but ultimately, it will all ring true for you. So I want you to be aware of that. But I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I'm being given that when it is unlocked, it is divine timing. You will have it when it is most relevant, is what I'm being given. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that. But do ask for a sign or a symbol from your person specifically, because you will get it, okay? I'm not being given any sign. I'm just being given a song, actually. Maybe this is the sign. I'm not sure. But I'm being given a song, which is the Eagles, Take It Easy. Take It Easy. So, very famous song there. Maybe the sign was an eagle. I don't know, because the band is called the Eagles. So maybe you're going to hear this song a lot. Whether you're going through this process or not, I feel this song is relevant to all of you, my beautiful Aquarians, this month. So I feel this is a month to really take a pause. You have a lot of pause cards. Don't get me wrong. You're still, adhering to your responsibilities. You're very goal-oriented this month, and it's all about structure for you. But I feel like you're on top of things, and I feel, the best is yet to come. It feels things are a little bit more active for you in July, because that Three of Wands indicates some of you are questioning your path. Are you on the right path? And the answer is yes, okay? But there's also opportunities coming in. So because you have an Empress in the resistance position, it can indicate that some of you will get a promotion, but it won't be in June. You could actually hear about it or discuss it or negotiate it, but it won't happen until July there. For some of you, this could also be that you are currently planning a vacation, but it feels like it's either the end of June or into July there. Three of Wands can indicate there's a lot of activity to get all your projects sorted there until you take a major vacation. However, you may take some smaller breaks before the bigger one, as it were. The Three of Wands is like looking ahead, expansion, and rapid growth. And because it's in a resistance position at first, it feels like June at the beginning of the month is a slower pace, but things start to pick up pace as you move throughout the rest of the month, because that's when the Wheel of Fortune kicks off, and that means suddenly new opportunities come in, better luck is there for you as well. And the Nine of Pentacles can indicate, yes, you are very diligent, you're being practical, you're focusing on your projects, but also, you're having a glow up there. And I feel the more you're confident within yourself, the more opportunity that comes towards you. And of course, your 11th house can be a little bit witchy, because you do have that High Priestess there. So this is about beyond the veil. Some of you, it feels very much like you have one foot in two worlds, as it were. And that can also correspond with the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. So it can be that the passionate, creative side is coming out, you're influencing things, you're leading, but also the Queen of Swords is very structured, very logical, very detached. So it can be that you're tapping into the two in order to get the best out of the month and make a decision on something. The answers are within you. I just heard from my guides. So if you're having to make a decision, sit with self in silence, wisdom is delivered, okay? And some of you may even have a prophetic dream in the month of June, so pay close attention to your dreams. But, you know, for this month, you know, a lot of you, because there's so many generational cards here with that Ten of Pentacles, the Empress energy, and people, especially with that Hermit energy, a lot of you could be unlocking a generational wound and really processing it and healing it, okay? Because the High Priestess can be to reprogram something from the past in order to strengthen the present, to inform the future for better opportunities and more future happiness there as well. So you could be cathartically letting go of something. But also, I'm getting a major energy at the end of the month of education. So new knowledge will come to you. It could be that you're booking a class of learning. I feel this could be something that you are deep in thought about when you take a vacation. And as soon as you return, you set things in motion in order to launch into some new knowledge, either to upskill or to really kind of expand your mind and your wisdom. A lot of you, this could be, you know, learning about self through meditation, mindfulness. For some of you, this could also be counseling. Also, if you are retiring or you're having a question of retirement, this is a month where you may be deciding to retire for some of you, because the Hermit can be that, you know, you're exhausted, you're coming to the end of something, you're withdrawing from something that's been present for a long time. And the Nine of Pentacles can be that now you're stepping into retirement and you're going to have a fantastic time. And it's also going to make you question your path. You know, it's going to make you question your belief system and reinforce it. It's also going to help you connect to your higher self and do all those projects that, you know, you never really had time to do. This is your time and you're going to absolutely love it. I see a lot of you getting into nature and really enjoying yourself there as well. But it says here, fruits of your labor. It also says spending and rewards, paying attention to reckless spending there as well. So maybe being a little bit stricter with your financial goals this month. I mean, looking at the energy, it's 10 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. So a lot of you are going to be able to stay on top of a savings plan there, but also recalculate or even have an idea to increase your finances there. I definitely see a breakthrough. I mean, you're working really hard on something. You're pooling all your resources. All aspects of self are in play here. Your natural wisdom that you came to this lifetime with, because you are an old soul there. Your acquired wisdom with that Queen of Swords. And of course, that passion, that fire in your soul, where you're reigniting that spark. And as you can see there, we have pyramids. My guides pointed to the 3 pyramids. And there's 3 people here as well. So this could be 3 is the magic number, or 3 of you are working together, for example, on something, or 3 members of family are pooling resources, or, you know, caring for somebody. For example, it could be that you're all in it together. This could be that, you know, you're working on a project. Collaborating with 2 other people there as well. But I want you to be aware of these pyramids. There's 3 major ones there. And this can be channeling all your energy into something to elevate to the next level, whether that's financially or whether that's spiritually. I definitely see this as a very profound month for you, where there is going to be major changes, but it feels very much like you're deep in thought about something or strategizing to change something. And we have the Wheel of Fortune at the end of the month, very positive. This is a stroke of luck, something coming in to surprise you. It feels like it's connected to something financially, or it's connected to a project, something you were not expecting comes on in. You know, life is about ups and downs. The Wheel of Fortune really kind of tells us that, but I feel like you're on the up, okay? It says here, fate, karma, and good fortune. So I would say here, what you're giving out at this time is literally reflected back to you or mirrored, because we have that twin energy there. And Jupiter is sending you some better luck, okay? But you may have a major personal breakthrough there as well. And this could be that you have been investing all your energy into a personal project. You know, you will see some sort of evidence or payoff of all of your hard work there. And I feel this is a deeply thoughtful month about your journey, your path, your sense of purpose, and kind of like looking to see if you're on the right path. And I would say, yeah. 3 of Wands, if you look up the meaning of it, it basically means that, you know, you're looking ahead, you're observing, you're waiting for something perhaps that's going to come in for you, you're paying attention, you're having patience, but ultimately it means that you're on the right path, and the universe is sending opportunities and signs to reinforce the message that, yeah, there's some good times ahead for you. Really interesting that sound happened, because at the same time I heard ringing in the changes. So a lot of you could be stricter with yourself with some lifestyle changes there. You are aware that what you do not change, you accept. So I feel this is a month of really deeply reflecting on things that bring you joy, stepping away from things that drain your energy, but also reinforcing healthier options. The Empress can be, there's so much potential there, and you know that you are focusing on healthier endeavors, whether that's, you know, body, mind, and soul. You're choosing it. But also it can be that if you are pregnant at this moment in time, I definitely see here that a lot of you, there is this energy of looking at your body and how it changes, but you're going to see that actually your body goes back to its kind of usual shape quicker than you thought. My readings, as I said, are not like about aesthetics, but I'm being given that message, especially with the mirror at the end there. So it can be something that you just notice that your body is incredible, healer. It just does its own thing. It's a supercomputer, as it were. It knows exactly what to do in each moment. So you may see that happen there as well. And congratulations if that's you. Because you have so many withdrawal cards, this could be, you also deciding to go on maternity leave. But also I feel for some of you, baby is not in a hurry to come. So it could be that your baby is going to take time. For some of you, you may even have twins, because we are in twin season, of course, there. So congratulations, but definitely a celebration there, and then also a comeback. No matter what circumstances you are going through, this is the energy that is supported this month. And it says here, this is a great time in your life where things are changing and progressing with grace and ease like never before. Triumph, parties, and fun times. That's definitely going to be, a measure of this month. But also it sets you thinking about how great life can be and how you can set some changes in motion. Also something you have been working on, and some of you have been working on this in silence, in secret there, off grid as it were. And I definitely see here that, there's going to be some wins coming in for you, some really good times and some celebrations. Now also we have resurrection, shaking off the past and rising again, reinventing yourself, and you'll rise up from the ashes even more powerful than before. Recovery, comeback, and return. And that's what the whole reading was about, really, especially at the beginning of that reading there. So I do feel that you are empowered and you're rising up to take the next steps. But of course it starts with a plan. So a lot of you are reflecting on your plans this month. And finally we have, we have a wonderful mask, okay? So this can be that you're stepping into your authentic self. I mean, my beautiful Aquarians, you're always authentic. You speak your truth. You are who you are. But this can also indicate that, you're seeing people in a different light, or your authenticity kind of like exposes people and their motives. I don't see anything untoward here, okay? There is a potential that if you're in a company and you're wanting a promotion, there is a potential here that someone has been delaying something, or they've been away and they're not pulling their weight on it, and that's why there's been a delay, because I do see delays here for some of you, especially if you're going traveling. There's going to be a delay. I hate to give that message, but it's the season for it. But also this could be that there's going to be an event, fancy dress event, for example, coming in that you'll be invited to. But ultimately, I feel this can be you taking accountability. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. My guide said, look at the Empress, look at the Empress. So I'm looking at the Empress, and actually over her eyes, there's a beautiful butterfly. And, this can almost be very similar there. So I feel there could be some transformation, some physical transformation, a beauty routine there. Some of you, there may even be like an eye appointment is what I'm seeing there. Maybe it's an upgrade on your prescription glasses, perhaps, or some of you are just going for an eye test. What else am I seeing with that? Mystery. I'm being given the word mystery right now. So this could be that you're about to meet someone and there's a lot of mystery, not giving all of yourself away in the beginnings of a relationship, for example, or it could be that you're curious about something. Something is presenting as a mystery to you and you want to investigate it further so you can move forward with it. But ultimately the answers are within you, and you discover the information you seek this month as well. Even if it's a structure, even if it's information that you wanted to, connect to for some time, like generational wealth. Definitely see you focused on like calls, emails, texts, and the structure of your day-to-day routines. You're going to be totally on top of your tasks and responsibilities. And there is, you know, 2 indications here that there's a lot of celebration, especially at the end of June there for you as well. Okay, so I'll leave it there for you, my beautiful Aquarians. I hope something resonates there for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.